Howdy! How's all my friends out in YouTube land today? I hope everybody's fine. I hope that the weather's treating you nice. And I hope you're not in a floodplain like some of my friends seem to be in this spring weather that we're having. We're going to paint the catfish today. I've already stained this. I did that a few hours ago so the stain would be good and dry, and I put pecan stain on it. And let's see here. Let me show you the difference. This is a wood plaque. This is the same color as what this was when I started. So that shows you the difference in putting the pecan stain on it. And it brings out the texture of the wood a little bit more. There, show you the difference in it. Now, we're going to paint our fishy. And we're going to need some gray paint. So we're going to make gray paint. I don't have any gray paint here in the studio. I'm sure probably if I dug around I'd find some gray paint, but I'm not wanting to move everything in the house to do it. So we're going to make some, and we're going to start by putting down some black. And took some out of the big jar there, put down a little black, and we're going to add some white to that. Let me wipe my palette knife off because I don't want to get black paint contaminating my jar of white paint. We'll have a big jar of gray paint. I have more gray paint than I know what to do with. Now, start there, and then I start mixing until I get it the shade I want it. Just keep mixing the black into the white. See how that dulls it down? Takes that black color and just turns it gray. Keep mixing that in. Pulling the white in, and mix it into the black. Pull the black in and mix it into the white. Now that's a deeper shade of gray than I'm looking for my fish. It needs to be lightened up a little bit more. I just keep mixing that white into it. But it's still a little dark for me. So I'm going to wipe my knife off again so as not to contaminate my jar. I'm going to take a little more white and dull that down just a little bit more. And just mix it up. It's probably way more paint than I'm going to need, but hey. It is what it is. Just mix it all up. I don't want no streaks of white in it. The belly of the fish will be a white color. But the back of the fish is going to be a gray. And then I'll probably even use a little bit of black on those fins and tail. We'll take this one step at a time doing what we're doing. I think that's light enough. All right. So set my palette knife off to the side over here. Set my jar of paint off to the side over here. You know how I like my micro brushes. I get these from Wilburn Gourd Farm, in case you haven't seen me use these before. I'm going to get some gray paint on here, and I'm just going to start in. I love these little micro brushes because they get so close to the edge of the design. You just get it right up there to it. And they hold a lot of paint. And they clean up real well. It's just a little sponge tip on that plastic thing. They're just so tiny. I mean, look at that compared to my finger there. Just tiny little brush, but boy, does it do a good job. You wouldn't think it would. Took me a long time to decide to try to use them because I thought, Lord, a little bitty thing like that ain't going to do no good. But I watched other people use them, and they seemed to like them real well. And I thought, well, if they like them that good, maybe it's worth a shot. We'll get a few and see what we think. And I love them. You know, it's one of them things where you think, why in the world didn't I try that before? So don't be too hard-headed to try new things. Just keep working across his back. Now, I'm going to kind of make a little dotted line right in here because I want to separate the back from the belly. I don't want to get a whole bunch of gray paint down there on his belly. I mean, we can do the white, and then we can always blend gray into the white to blend him up some. It's easier to take the dark into the light than it is to take the light into the dark. So I don't want to go past this line right in here with my gray paint. I'll be doing the same kind of thing up there on the head and chin too. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We're even going to speckle him a little bit too. Before we're done. I don't know about where you're at, but around here in Indiana and over in Ohio, all the catfish that I've seen are kind of speckly. I call them leopard cats because they have like leopard spots. Sorta. It's not quite a leopard spot, but it reminds me of a leopard. I call them leopard catfish. You fishermen, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about and have some special name for it. Probably going to get a dozen comments telling me, "Hi, silly woman." Now, there's the whisker coming right up through there. We're going to come right below that whisker, right up here to the gill. He's got this gill in him that we carved in. Come up here on his nose some. Take that paint right along that line. Remember when I was a little girl and I was trying to learn how to color, and my dad was trying to teach me, and he always told me, stay inside the lines. And I said, well, how in the world do you stay inside the lines without going over them? And he said, look, you make an outline that's right along the line. See, just like I did, it's a border. You make a border along that line. And he said, then you just keep staying right inside that border. So that's how you do it. And you kind of go color to the inside. And so that I do the same thing with my painting. I work from the edges to the middle. Like you saw me with that tail. I kind of came down both sides and colored in the middle. Just keep easing that paint in there. Whenever you see a little spot that you missed, go back over them. With the whole thing painted. He's looking pretty sharp. And I've seen different kind of colors of catfish. Some of them look kind of green. Maybe they've been swimming in the algae or something, and some of them are kind of brown looking. We're going to make him kind of gray to start with anyway. All right, now we want a little bit of white. And there again, I'm going to take my palette knife, dip me a little white out here on my table. I love these silicone mats, man. They just wipe up so nice. You see some stains on it from some of the ink dye that I've used, but that ain't hurting the mat any. This might not look as quite as appealing as it would if it didn't have the stains on it. Okay, got a little white paint down there. I'm going to work on the belly. Wipe my brush off good, get the gray paint out of it. We'll come in with this white. Just start making little lines along the belly. On both sides there. Working our way in. And we'll blend them a little bit once we get the white laid in. Work from the sides of the design into the center. There you go. I don't know if you can hear that or not. There's some folks out on the sidewalk making a racket. I don't know what they're doing up there. Okay, then I'm going to take just a little of this gray. I'm just going to kind of, well, that's a little much. Just going to kind of blend between the gray and the white there a little bit. Just bring that back right into the belly color so there's not like a big old sharp line there. Good at blending it. Because if you ever just examine a catfish, you'll see that it's not really a real straight dividing line. Just keep easing that color. That white and that gray together, just blending. So that it doesn't look real harsh. Just a lighter color on the belly. Get it all blended in. Just blend that so that it doesn't show harsh brush strokes. Some little circles in that. Blend him up. Blend right on down. Okay, now we're going to take our white and do the chin up here. The chin and the chest. Again, follow my outline. Just keep going. Just follow your outline around, and then you're going to paint it in the center, and then you're going to blend. Okay, so we got that part painted. We're going to grab just a little bit of gray, and we're going to start dragging that gray in there just to lighten it up or darken it up a little bit there on the line that we made. Blend it in. So there's nothing harsh about it. Down there on his chin just a little bit. Just lighten that up. Lighten up the gray and darken up the white. Okay. I'm pretty satisfied with that much of it so far. Now, we want to do a little bit of like black color on the tails and the fins. Liner came out of my paint cap there. Okay, we're going to get a little black on that brush. Tapping that into the tail right there along the lines. Just kind of pull that right into the gray so it blends. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get a little more gray here to blend with that black. It just kind of blends in. Okay. Get a little more black. Got some gills down here on the bottom we're going to get. Or fins, I guess I should call them, not gills. Try to get it right. Well, I didn't get any paint on the brush. Got it sitting back there so I don't knock it over. And hard for me to see if I'm getting paint on it. Well, for goodness sakes. Then it'll be feast or famine, chicken or feathers. I'll have a pound of paint on it. A little more black, and then I'm probably going to blend a little gray in with that. Let's try blending a little gray so it doesn't look quite so dark. A little more gray. Just a touch in there. Blend that. We got a couple more fins up here that we got to do, so we'll grab a little more black. Get these on his back. You get fellers out there that are fishermen will have to tell me what you think of my fishy. Did I get it close? Well, not done yet. I got to put speckles on him yet. There we go. Now, get into this gray a little bit. Just touch a little bit of gray in there. And we go to blending. Okay, so we got that far. Now we got to do the speckles. We just need a little bit of paint. I've got this, it's called nutmeg brown. Just need a speck of that. Not going to take much at all. And wipe the brush. Take a little of that. I'll put in some little specks. They're just intermittent little speckles. I got them all over their backs. Okay. I think that does it. We've got to put his eye in there yet. Give him a black eye. Poor little fishy with a black eye. Maybe just, I don't know, we'll mix a little of this gray and white. It doesn't need to be real white. It doesn't need to be real gray either. Dulled down white, I guess you could call it. That looks pretty good. And we'll dab that in there for his teeth. There he is. Now, once he's all good and dry, that's when I put the shellac to him. Probably use, I don't know, if I'll use Krylon or wax or what I'll do yet. But we'll finish him up tomorrow's episode. I'll figure out what I'm going to do, and we'll go from there and finish up the catfish and put the hanger on the back of him and all. So if you like this, give it a thumbs up. Share it on your social media so everybody gets to learn how to be creative and paint and do all this kind of cool stuff. And check out my Etsy store. Check out my Patreon. Check out my Twitch channel, my Instagram, my Twitter. All those URLs are in the description of this video so that you can check them out for yourself and join me wherever I happen to be. And with that, I guess there's just one thing left to say, and that's Brenda's Crafting. Be like Brenda.